We're gonna do a song that you never heard before. The volume.
Here they come, I get wicked. Here we go again.
Hey, Kennedy, my brother from another mother.
What's good, bro?
Happy New Year, man. When do you stop saying Happy New Year?
I think after January, because it's like if I haven't seen you, I mean, it depends on who it is too. Because I think if I see you in February and I haven't seen you since the new year, I might still say it. But yeah, it's definitely after January is kind of where I would go with it.
I think about listen. I'm gonna cut it after this week, MLK weekend. By then, that's it though. That's 2 weeks you've been getting told or being told Happy New Year. That's enough, man. 2 weeks into an MLK, that's it though, man. You still got your Christmas tree up?
Nah. Christmas tree. It's actually funny you asked that because I've had my tree for quite a long time, and this was the year that I got rid of my tree. So next year we'll get a new tree.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of. I ain't gonna say it was sentimental because it was like this Christmas season was weird anyway. Like it just I knew a lot of people that said it didn't feel like Christmas. You know what I'm saying? And typically I'm super duper festive. Now I did dress the part. Like I think I went through all my Christmas fits over December, and I listened to Christmas music or whatever like that. Definitely not like how I would normally. I even think that's why the Christmas song was so dreary. You know what I'm saying? And people felt that like, it was just like, man, this really don't feel like Christmas. So yeah.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest. I was listening to the Christmas song 2 days ago. I'm not gonna say very underrated. Maybe because it was that with Christmas actually going on and everything, right? Dope song, bro. Very, very dope song. I know we've said it before,
Yeah.
but when I went back and listened to it, though, man, and watched the video again, I was just like, yeah. It's one of them ones, though, bro. Did you froze up on your end? You're just not saying nothing. Because we still undefeated out here last time I checked. Yeah. Anywho, whenever you catch back up on that lagging out there in OKC, I know we solid out here in Atlanta though, man. But now I think that it was real cool. For me, I think one of the things that was real cool about Christmas this time around, in particular, is that I think that we basically Christmas was very much all about we only got so it's like y'all got little ones, right? And you got a bunch of for us, it's just Landon, and Landon is the only child, I guess, and he's a big 15, but he's the only child. So I think that this particular year, I think that the focus was primarily, and when I say primarily, I mean like 85% of the focus was on Landon. And it was cool because, that's kind of how it should be. I think for us, one of the things that is a little different for me for the holidays is that, because we've been together for so long before Landon, I think that it's always been one of those things where, we have been able to have good Christmases where it's like, okay, it's gift giving between the adult all the way up until, Landon. So it was real cool to just have him completely showered, though, man, and he was loving it. I laughed too, man, because I think that on Christmas, by like later on that morning, man, he's on there with with all of his partners. They had a whole little video conference going on, showing everything what they want. And I know that I'm getting old and he getting old because it was like one of those times where it's like Christmas asked were money, shoes, and clothes, basically, though. And I think that for him in particular, one of the things that was a little different is that, he had basically, because last year he had broke his foot, and he's, 100% healed from that and everything, but we haven't really did like the normal, like he was wearing sweats basically. So I mean, the sweatpants all like it felt like he had like 100 pair of sweats, so bro. And so I think that one of the things that was interesting about it is that we were able to finally go ahead and get him to be dressing though, man. So, but when he did his conference call with the homeboys though, and they was all showing what they got, it was real funny though, man. Real dope.
That's dope, man. Yeah, man. Internet got kicked off over here for a whole minute. But no, I agree with you about the Christmas song, man. I've listened to it a couple. Like Charlie really liked the song, and I was super impressed with the video. The kids though, super spoiled, man. I think they got most of the stuff that they wanted. Uh, Everybody was like really thrilled with what they got. So it was a dope Christmas experience. But when I say it didn't feel like Christmas, it was just like just something just felt off and different. Like, it was a weird, really weird feeling. And I'm one of those people that I'm not necessarily I don't like getting to Christmas Day because once Christmas is here, then it's over. I like the season.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I'm
right.
one of those that I like watching the Christmas movies. I don't care how goofy and sappy they are. Like I like that whole experience, like the moment Thanksgiving hits, like that season. I like that.
Yep.
And I'm obviously I get excited about Christmas Day because I'm excited for everything that everybody gets, but it's also like still the anticipation through it and Christmas shopping and getting that last minute gift and gift wrapping, like the whole season. Even in my office, we did like, Dirty Santa, and we had our little office Christmas parties and stuff like that. That just the whole thing. That's what I'm about. So getting to Christmas Day was a little depressing just because it's like, man, it's here now, it's over.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think that part of that is probably the reason why I still got my Christmas tree up. I still got my Christmas decorations on up though, man. I'm like I said, I think that it's funny to me. I always laugh because Landon, you and I still would do that. All right, what you get for Christmas? You know what I'm saying? Whatever, whatever. I can still tell it didn't quite have the same old feel that it would have. That you and I would still be giddy still about. All right, we gave. Well, what did they say about it when you gave it to them, and that whole thing. But I think that the one thing that I was happy for you though, in particular, is that y'all still got babies out there though, man. So I'm still a ways away from having the little ones out there though, man. So but no, Christmas was cool. I think the one thing that was interesting too is that even New Year, for New Year, we wound up for New Year's Eve, we kind of was low key. We didn't do very much. And I think that we went to church service on New Year's Eve. That was real dope. And then we had snow just the other day, which was epic because I think that we had some snow a couple of different times that I remember out here. So like 9 years ago, we had our big snowmageddon. And then I remember also, maybe that's around the same time or whatever though, but I remember when Landon was like 6, 5, 6, I think maybe 6, no earlier than 7. We had some snow, and maybe this is our snowmageddon time. But I remember us having a big snowball fight out in my old neighborhood, and so that was pretty cool to get on out this time around. Throw some snowballs around, man. Try to build the snowman. It was real cool though, man. It was low key, but after Christmas, still was a good way to kind of ease on into the new year, though, man.
Yeah, New Year's Eve, bro. Typically I'm out singing. And I had an arrange. I was gonna go because we had a gig out like 3 hours away, and I was gonna go, but I was just like, man, I gotta marry somebody the next day. Plus they had rehearsal on New Year's Eve. So I was just like, man, and then plus, being away that far with Sarah's stuff, I was just like, let me go on past. So, bro, 11:45, I woke up to make sure everybody else was up. We couldn't wake Sarah up. She was gone. So me, Charlie, and Carly just had our little bubbly drink and rung it on in, and then I went right on back to sleep, bro. So very, very low key Christmas, New Year's Eve for me. Like I ain't even watched none of the rockin' New Year's Eve parties on TV, like none of that. Like just this whole season was just different.
Well, let me ask you this though. So now, since you are Mr. Sneakers, and amongst other things. Now that Christmas is over with, and you know what you didn't get. Tell me about the first cops of this year.
Oh man, I got them icy white Jordan 11s, bro. And
Oh,
here's the thing, I've never owned those before. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't even know why it was like a big deal to get them this time, but I saw the blue bottom and I had to have them, bro. And they fire. They fire. Like I got the fits ready. I already wore one of them. I just got the baby blue hoodie in. So I got the all white and baby blue North Carolina that I'm gonna put that on with. So yeah, those and but the next cops that is a must. I finally got to see in person the velvet bread 11s.
mm.
I know no other dude would wear them, which is another reason why I want to get them because I know I'm gonna be the only one that has them, and they fire, bro. In
For
person, they sick.
somebody that have the shoe game that you have, and
Mhm.
to be as drippy as you do, because you always have the occasions to put it on. I very rarely see you post the drip.
I don't because so here's the thing. I don't see. I dress for me, right? I dress for me, and I feel like sometimes doing that is a little showy. And I don't. And here's the thing: I don't necessarily have a problem when people do it, but for me, it feels different. Like there's sometimes that
Mm.
I'm like, I'm really feeling myself, and I'm like, nah, I gotta capture the moment
You
type
got to
deal.
capture this one.
Yeah, yeah. So it's spontaneous, but I don't want to come across as brag because I know I'm blessed, bro. You know what I'm saying? I get paid a lot of money to do a little work. You know what I'm saying? And I love my job. I love the people I work with. But at the same token, uh, I don't want it to come off as a braggadocious thing. Like if you see me with it, you see me with it, then you know what comes with it. But I ain't trying to just be out like, yeah, just like on Facebook.
I laugh too, and the reason why I brought that up is because somebody told me that before. Somebody told me you don't post because I thought like I'm on Facebook a lot and I'm on Instagram a lot, but they was like if you don't post a whole lot, and I was like, dang. So I think that so this is one of the questions I have for you. One of my goals is to post more, right? Is to act from just not because with you and I think that we've fallen into that realm where we are artists, but
Yeah,
then now you have to also be a content creator, right?
right.
And post just on the sense of being consistent with that, though, man. And that's why I see like somebody who's less a perfect example that is Monica. Like Monica posts like 2 times a day every day. She got her picture game is ridiculous though, very consistent. And I was just like, yeah, somebody was like, you should post more to be more connected so that so that people who are fans of you as people who really follow you would be able to be more like in the know of what's going on with so that you still feel like when you blow up, right? Them the people who gonna be like, nah, I knew him from this time around. So yeah, I was like, nah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm trying to make it a goal. Last year I posted more in my stories
Yeah.
and that took away from my normal regular post. But I think that's one of the goals that I have. Do you have any? I know that we talk about last year. We were talking about resolutions and everything like that. Any New Year's resolutions or new goals?
Not New Year's resolutions. I hate doing those. I think I just want to be more present, right? And that has a very wide scope of stuff, right? More present with the family, more present musically, more present on social media, more present to my friends. Like there's things that I reserved myself from doing last year that I'm gonna allow myself to do more this year. Like I obviously with Sarah going through the stuff that she goes through medically, I fall back and don't do a lot for myself. And this year, I'm going to make sure that I am doing more for myself so that I can be more present for her. Because to be honest, there's going to be times that I have to pull back from that situation to keep me straight in order for me to be present for her. So I got to even be more
Yeah,
present for myself. With that being said, another thing that I haven't really advertised, I don't even think I've told you, but I started like in on the Bible app. I'm doing the year reading the Bible for the whole year.
I started to do that one, but I
Mhm.
have three other plans that I'm currently doing now. I remember some years ago, I saw that because I remember me, you, and Chris were doing that when we were all in the office. We were all going into office. I think y'all were still in the military back then.
Mhm. Yeah.
And we had that as one of those things. I saw that on the Bible app, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm doing that, and that's also so that I'm just like trying to keep up with that, but also keeping up with the verse of the day. So that's where the trying to be more present thing is like a universal thing. It means a lot, and so yeah, that's kind of what that means. And the musically part is huge because obviously my 2024 did not go musically the way I wanted it to go. I didn't really, I did release a couple of songs, but it wasn't like that. So I want to be more present even with that. So yeah, that's really the goal for this year, to be more present.
I think that's one of the things that I felt like on behalf of the crew, I had to do more stuff musically, right? I was like, oh, because we still cooking, right? But so you still have that. All right, let me show. So I think that I think I am doing that. I have a goal still to have monthly music, right? To put something out monthly. You know what I laughed at, bro? Not laughed. I sent you this, but I thought it was curious because I saw Don Trip. I don't think that you've ever heard. I can safely say that you probably never heard of Don Trip or know a Don Trip song. But he put out a full project. I think he put out a full project or two projects every single month last year of the calendar year, right? So I think it was an album basically every single month. And I saw somebody in this post when I saw this, somebody said, "That's a damn shame," because I still don't even know who the hell he is. And I just like, you know what though, man? Like maybe I'm not gonna overkill with it. But I think that the one thing that I definitely plan to do as well is to have a bigger music release presence. So I already have a project that's wrapped up now, and I'm working on the rollout of it. I'm trying to definitely make a bigger splash this year with my red light, and so I'm in the process now of lining up the next couple of red lights that I'm gonna go ahead and do. We'll probably start shooting some of those as soon as this week. Um, and it's real cool. I think that last year I had been working on a lot of music with artists where maybe they weren't quite ready to put the song out though.
Mhm.
And so I am pretty excited that those songs will start to be rolled on out as well though, man. So it's cool. It'll definitely show the seeds, like my boy Courtney said. Man, these seeds that were planted last year, boy, when they start to grow and
Yeah.
start to show the fruit, it's gonna be something though, man.
Yeah. Especially we both invested heavy in our production assets.
Infrastructure, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a lot of things to help us be more current in our sound and stuff like that. We definitely invested a lot in that. So that's gonna be super helpful. So yeah.
Yeah, no, very, very excited for this year, though, man. Like I said, it should be one of those. Last year was a good year. I'm not gonna lie. I think this year, especially collectively, I think that we should look to see lots of projects. I think that man, we could have maybe 5 to 6 projects come out this year, though, bro.
Yeah, because you obviously have two projects that you sitting on. I am finishing, I got like 2 or 3 songs to finish from my project, which I know I've said that in the past, but it's wheels are really turning for it now. Because what I think, to give a small insight of my process, there were songs that were gonna make the project that aren't gonna be on the project because they were already released. So this is all fresh new music. So that's why
Facts.
it's gonna take a little bit longer because it's like 3 or 4 songs that dropped off that I'm gonna do so that it's all fresh music. So that's why it's different. And we have been sowing the seeds and talking about even the joint project. So there's a lot of things that are in the works that I'm excited about for 25 that Yeah, just like you said, the seeds that were planted in 24, even though I wasn't as active physically, there were still things being done in the background that were
Yeah,
still the setup for what's coming for the future.
yeah, 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 yeah. Hey man, let's get into this list because we got a lot of stuff to chop
A
about.
lot of
Chopping
stuff.
about. Did
Did
we
you
get the
hear?
music on already?
Nah, we didn't get the music, but man, listen, we
Wait a
thought
minute. If you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe to the Slash Brothers YouTube and Facebook pages. We are live on both platforms at the same time. You click on the notification, you click on the bell, you get the heads up whenever your boys is doing anything. It's Kennedy. Let's get into it, bro. First off, first off, the wrestler head and me want to get into the WWE. Now moving to Netflix, has moved officially to Netflix for Raw.
yeah,
And listen, I don't know why. Maybe it was because of the Jake Paul fight and the glitches there and everything. Maybe it's because I've been whole lifetime I've been used to seeing WWE on regular, normal, TV, public TV. I was kind of nervous, but listen, it works and it doesn't feel. If anything, right now, the pageantry, the presentation of it is more grand than it has been before. But I love the Hollywood style rollout of it, of who's in the audience, highlighting, now all the wrestlers aren't necessarily just behind the scenes. Some of them are just in the crowds and everything like that. If they're just watching, I think that's real dope, though, bro. I think I like the idea of Raw now being presented like sports entertainment, but also now that they're emphasizing the sports aspect of it as well, though, man. So it's fire. I like it. I'm very impressed.
I like it too. I like it because I can go back and watch it because obviously on Mondays is when I'm at church. So I don't get the opportunity to see Raw live. So I just kind of watch Wrestle Talk uh, and get the highlights of what's going on. So I definitely make sure that I'm tuning in for the pay-per-views. I like that it's on Netflix because for me, I gave up cable a long time ago. Back
Mm,
when YouTube TV was only $35 and now it's $83. Don't even get me started on that. But the fact that they are moving into a new, era uh, of streaming, I think is super dope. And I think the reason why we don't have the buffering issues that we had during the Jake Paul stuff is because the large audience isn't watching wrestling like they were tuning in for Mike Tyson, right? And the
facts.
fact, like, because even now I go and watch the playback. I still don't get to watch Raw live. I watch the
Yeah.
playback. But I am excited because obviously, I watch both products. I watch AEW and I watch WWE, but right now the fire is lit behind WWE. AEW has gotten somewhat stale. I am excited that Kenny Omega is back to AEW. That's a big deal. But it's just, and then uh Edge for the WWE fans, Cope now on AEW. He's back, so they are getting some stars back, which is cool. But we had a first big crossover, not the first big because obviously CM Punk and Cody both went back to WWE, but Penta showed up last night on Raw. Uh, and people Penta, I like that he didn't just get this um blowout victory. Like it wasn't a squash match because Chad
Yeah.
Gable in the wrestling community, people love Chad Gable, bro. Like I know you don't like him, but as far as like when people say, like when you hear people, the wrestling community saying like, yo, no, he is one of them dudes. They talk about Brian Danielson like that, like, hey, he's one of them, right? Chad Gable is another one of those that's like, nah, he can wrestle, right? And
He was an Olympian as well, right? So that
he
makes
was.
sense to me, though.
Yeah, it makes sense, but you wouldn't think though. Like Kurt Angle was obviously that's our first big when you think wrestler to professional or sports entertainer, you think Kurt Angle, like, man, he was really good. And Chad Gable is that. Like, and so when he said, look, I want to face one of the best luchadors, it made sense that he would be the one because it was a great match. Like you had the this is awesome chance. I haven't seen that type of wrestling in WWE in quite some time, and they needed something like that, right? Because you do got the pageantry, because you know you got Jey Uso coming out there with the yeet stuff, and it's electric to see the whole crowd doing his stuff, bro. He was so blown up when he got in the ring too.
I love that for him. I'm gonna tell you this. I still hate the champion, the German dude.
Gunther?
Oh, I hate him so bad.
I don't hate him. I just, you know what I hate?
He's so boring to me, though, bro.
No.
Let me tell you what I think. I'm gonna tell you something that he did that was dope. It's just for some reason I just think that his personality is so blah to me, right? He told man, he said, told that boy Jey Uso, he said, yeah, main event. That's a nickname for you. He was like, this is my life right here. And I thought it was a bar, right? But it was just so much. He's so whack to me that I was just the punchline. He just didn't have and it's like maybe he had he delivered it how he could the best he could. But I think that if The Rock would have said that, oh man, the crowd would have lost their mind, and that's my point. He says he's so. And listen, I'm not saying that everybody has to be like a Jey Uso, and you have the heel version of a Jey Uso. I just don't like. I don't like his character, basically, though.
But part of that is WWE's fault, though. Part of that is WWE because this, for one, they were honest about something that people knew to be true, right? He has the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, which is the equivalent to what the WCW belt was, right? And they updated it to the WWE version.
Yep.
And it's a B belt. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows the real belt is Cody's belt. So that's the problem. They make this belt such a B belt. This is a prime example. Who did Gunther face on the opening episode of Raw on Netflix?
Did he wrestle?
Exactly. That's how you know it's a B belt. If it was that big of a belt, he should have had a match. The women's title was on the line. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, wait. So he didn't wrestle?
No, he didn't wrestle. He didn't wrestle. So you have him coming on the second.
He would have listen. I'm not gonna lie. The point
is this, right? That belt is such an afterthought that they don't do anything with it. If Cody is on, if they're gonna do the switch, right? He should be on SmackDown and he should be the guy on SmackDown, and it should be a big deal behind it. The fact that they don't do that, though, it makes the belt here's another example. At the time, Seth Rollins was the champion that Gunther is, right? When it was WWE WrestleMania time, it was all about who Cody was going to choose to face, Seth Rollins or Roman, and it was like, yeah, I'm a face.
You gonna choose the belt already?
But he just dismissed. He just dismissed.
Okay. So it was Cody saying, "Well, which belt I'm gonna go after? I'm just gonna go after Roman Reigns." He went the Roman Reigns belt.
He went after Roman Reigns belt. So again, it made it an afterthought. And then guess what happened? Seth Rollins joined Cody Rhodes to help him fight the bloodline, because it was Cody Rhodes and Seth going against The Rock and Roman, right? So again, his belt became an afterthought. So then when it was time for Seth's match, Seth lost. And
it's like, to me, it is a B belt. To me, it's like a step above Intercontinental Champion.
Right. It's like the next step.
And even the Intercontinental belt was like, it was an afterthought for a while, and the US belt never had a chance to me. Right. It still don't to me.
Yeah. And so now the women have their own Intercontinental title. So it's even the tag belts. The tag belts are just like I don't even know who the tag champs are.
I think you can get rid of the US belt and nobody would even realize it.
I'm just saying they should just get rid of the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. They need to do it because it looks dope. It looks super dope. because I'm a huge fan of the WCW belt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's just this is when this is how you know, like you said, his personality is whack. Because it was people were feeling it when he was about to go against Sami Zayn. Because Sami Zayn was super hot.
Yes.
Yeah. So if they
Hey,
had a
listen,
different
before we get off that,
personality, yeah, go ahead.
before we get off of that, I'd be remiss if I didn't say how much I absolutely love seeing Hulk Hogan get booed, bro.
Yeah.
And listen, and this, let me tell you what I think is crazy. Okay.
I'm glad you brought that up because I got something to say after you get done. Go ahead.
Let me tell you the one reason. This is the let me tell you, you talking about somebody who's had a fall from grace. So this is the problem that I have, right? So from a political perspective, right? When okay, so when the stuff that came out about his daughter dating the black people, dating the black guys, right? So that was one thing, right? That he said it. And some people were almost willing to just say, okay, I'm gonna go ahead. You still my childhood or whatever. But I think that the part that just took it to where people couldn't even go there was the fact that when he got up there and was co-signing Donald Trump. Now listen, don't get me wrong. I've never been offered the amount of money that he probably was offered to get up there. But what got me the most is that when you just said something racist and you get up there with somebody else who's had a history of some very racially tensive things.
There's another thing that he did. So he's promoting his new beer, right? The All
Yes,
American beer. So
yes,
he hired what you call him, digital content creator, right? He hired
yes.
this content creator. That, her resume came through, boom, boom, whoop to whoop to whoop. They was like, cool, yeah. He gets to the event with her. She's black. The next day, she gets a message, hey, we're not gonna need you for the rest of the tour. And then she goes and looks at the pictures from the next event, all white girls.
All white girls. So when you listen, when you have this in your past, right? And then you go and align yourself, show your support of somebody else, right? Then this is what this be the problem that I be having when people will try to say that, oh, well, you know what? How was somebody racist, right? When you say that, it's like, well, if you know that this is a part of that person's past, that there's this perception that he is a racist, right, or that he don't particularly like black people because he has his own past with that. And then when you also do, and then it's almost like, well, they was somebody thinking like it makes sense that y'all would click up then, right? Y'all too, because yeah, y'all don't like the black people apparently though, bro. So I absolutely love that people held them accountable to that. Like, no, you were the real American, bro. And don't nobody want to hear about your beer out here. And I love that they was booing him. Now I do respect that he was a professional. He got out his lines and he said everything that he came there to say. But I absolutely love that he was in California, a very democratic blue voting state, and they booed the hell out of him, though, bro. I
Well,
absolutely loved it, though,
and
man.
then at one of his own rallies for his beer, he was talking about choke slamming and clotheslining Kamala Harris. And I get it. You in character, you out here promoting, you doing your
He's like,
WWE.
oh, he wasn't Terry.
Right. He was being Hogan. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
bruh, I don't care. You can't talk about clotheslining no black woman, bro. Like I'm just like, bruh, I don't care that you politicking for your boy. You can't talk about body slamming and clotheslining a candidate like that, a black woman. You can't do it.
Oh my God.
Which
Ace Kennedy.
makes The Rock look that much better. But go ahead.
Yes.
The
Okay,
Rock
let's
and
let's
John
switch
Cena.
subject.
Go ahead.
Let's switch subject real quick. Because one of the other things that happened since we've been gone, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so have you been following the Joy Taylor and Skip Bayless lawsuit?
I haven't been following it, but I know the setup behind it.
Talk to me
Uh,
about the setup.
okay, so the setup is there was a makeup artist who worked at Fox One, um, and she, does, generally most makeup artists knows all the tea because you go in there and and it can be very flirtatious in there, like it's a thing. But Fox One has it set up. What is it? Is it Fox One?
It's Fox One.
Okay. They have cameras and stuff in their makeup room. Well, according to her, now mind you, she has detailed accounts of the stuff. Like she has notebooks and chapter and verse. Like she's very detail oriented when it comes to the filing that she has. And she has Skip Bayless as a person of interest. Joy Taylor's a person of interest. Acho was named in it, and then one of the head guys who can say what show is on the air and not. He was, I don't know his name, but anyway, he's also listed in it. And basically what she says, she has accounts for when she was at a party and somebody rubbed her butt, and she went and told Joy, like, yo, and she was like, hey, just let it slide. Like, if you trying to be anybody in this industry, you're just gonna have to let that go. And so another account, and she was just basically like, hey, you just gonna have to, you have to be a grown-up. Like, just you see where you at, you gotta just deal with it. And then allegedly she had another conversation with Joy where she was basically like, listen, because allegedly Joy was sleeping with Acho and she was also sleeping with one of the head dudes. And so the girl told her, like, hey, you shouldn't be knocking down both of them. And she was like, listen, I got power too. Like, because basically, for one, Fox One has in their contract that higher people shouldn't be dating subordinates. So that's like a huge no-no anyway. So the way she described it, allegedly, that Joy Taylor was like, look, if anything goes south, I'm gonna say that he forced himself on me. Right. So Joy Taylor is getting drugged. But the thing that she getting Skip for, she's saying allegedly that Skip offered her 1.5 million to get the cakes.
Hold on. 1.5 just to smash
Yeah.
one time. Or do we got a picture of this woman?
I can try to pull her up. I don't. So a lot of people are turned off by that part because they're like, now as much as you are detailed as that you are, the problem is that you that amount is kind of weird because who, like, most dudes is like, listen, ain't no man gonna offer that amount, gonna just jump to that amount. So some people think it was an accumulative sum of what Skip
Oh,
might
so
have
I'll give
offered.
you 100,000. I'll give
And
you
she's like, nah,
100,000,
and she kept
and
saying
then it's
no, and
just
he like it just gradually. So yeah. But the people that know Skip Bayless though are just like, they don't really match Skip because Skip is real tight with his money, right? So
I've heard that too.
okay, I'm trying to find her name to even pull her
Her
picture.
name is Noshin Faraji. It's Noushin.
Do it again.
The first name. It's Noushin, and then the last name is Faraji.
Hold on.
Faraji.
FA. Okay. Okay. All right, let's see. Okay, the picture. Let me see here. This one picture of her is not. She's straight. All right, let me see if I can share it on the screen. Yeah, this one right here, she kind of straight, and that's what I
Is
heard.
that her?
Yeah, that's her. I mean, because you know that's not her. I don't know why they got what's her name's picture. That's
Well, I think that they got her because she does hair. So maybe a lot of these are pictures that she styled people.
okay. Yeah. But nah, that's her right there though.
Nah. Okay. Yeah. Because maybe on this one, nah, I can't tell. She don't. It look like you don't see very many pictures of her. Listen, here's what I'm wondering though. Let me ask you this. So one of the things that I was blown away by, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I can't help. Let's separate these two, right? So one of the things that I was blown away by was the Joy Taylor. But the way that they make it seem is that she's been sleeping her way up, basically. And
Yeah.
I've been watching Joy Taylor on TV for at least 10 years now, the past 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
She is the brother, her brother played linebacker for or defensive end for the Dolphins and Jets or whatever. So I've always assumed that, oh, that was her plug. You know, when you think, oh, it was like she was like a little nepotism. She got in through him, and then that was just basically it, though. Well, listen, I'm keeping it. I'm gonna keep it a stack with you, right?
Yeah.
I've
And
always
listen,
assumed,
everything we saying is alleged. We just giving our thoughts and opinions about. We
just
don't
giving
know if
our
it's
thoughts and
right or
opinions.
wrong.
This
Yeah.
is
Okay.
facts. Okay, so this is my thing. So I guess so. It the way that it's presented though is if she's been sleeping her way up to the top.
Mm-hmm.
She was wrestling with the boy Acho. She was on a show with Acho. It kind of seems as if that was like her. All right, this is the ticket to get on in there. This is the ticket to get on TV when she was with the other executive, allegedly, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I guess I just would have thought that she would have like pretty girl privilege, right? Like, oh, you fine. She, when she's talking, she has a very strong opinion. So that's always needed on that particular, industry. And as an analyst, right? You say something that's a strong opinion. She probably learned that from Cowan Cowherd, right? And all the other shows. But my thing is this though, bro. If you find you mean to tell me? I thought that you don't get the pretty girl privilege of just being good looking. You gotta sleep your way up to. Because now when I'm looking at, because I
So
did hear,
I'm
I
gonna
don't
be
know,
honest, bro. This is not new. For one, here's the thing.
the fine girl, you fine you, so you can be that
It
fine
does
and
it does
still gotta sleep your way up.
well because you still can only get so far, right?
So when she max out, she be like, "Oh, I gotta go next level. Let me go here."
Like unfortunately, that part of the business still exists, right? Because I mean, you've even stop me if you heard this one, right? People said that the reason that Molly and uh
Jalen Rose.
Jalen Rose got divorced because she was sleeping with Stephen A. And we
I
know
heard that and I didn't believe that
I
though.
didn't believe
But
it either,
but but
but
get this though.
yeah,
Here's what I'm wondering though. Okay, okay. Let me ask you this. Provided that you were a single guy,
hmm
right? A single guy, and you were that white executive, not even the white executive, you were in the same position as that, because I saw the picture of this white dude, and he looks everyday white. He looks very corporate. He looks like every white guy who, if you were walking past the cooler, the coffee pot station, then he's very much him, right? We ain't talking about a Brad Pitt. We ain't talking about Jake Gyllenhaal. None of these. It's an average looking dude. And Joy Taylor comes up to you, bro, and implies that she would give up the cakes provided that you look out. Are you passing that up though, bro?
and listen, unfortunately, you have to, bro. Like here's the thing. As a man, of course you thinking about that because we see Joy Taylor have the rack out all the time. Like it's
All the
all
time.
the time. So what I'm saying
It's
is
like her
that
signature to me.
right, and it is a very temptation driven look, right? Like she is attractive, right? And so I understand it, but you got to also look at the position that you're in, though, bro. Like, and that's
I agree with you.
and I'm not saying that that was an easy decision, because especially if somebody even hints that it's a possibility, you're thinking
Yeah.
two consensual grown adults. What could go wrong? You know what I'm saying? Until you're in a situation like this. Um, yeah, that's a tough one, man. But let me ask you
It would
this.
be one. It would be one thing if we were just we worked there. There was no seniority involved. And even though that they was like, all right, there can't be any seniors level folks fraternizing with the talent, basically, though, right? If we were just like if it was just her messing with Acho, right? That and
It's
her and
different.
Acho were not on the same show. Even that part's that's different to me, though, right?
Yeah, nobody's
Um,
even caring about that piece. I think because here's the other part, right? Because now you have Jason Whitlock and you have uh Marcellus Wiley.
yeah, Marcellus Wiley.
Yeah, both of them are like, because they got fired from
Hey,
Fox.
hey, 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 hey. So here I saw Marcellus Wiley's thing, and Marcellus Wiley is like, it kind of makes some things add up now that I was kind of squeezed out,
And
and then
Acho
this happened
and
with
Acho
Acho,
in, because him and Acho have had something even at the other spot.
yeah, him and Acho were on the show together before. Acho moves on up, I guess, in rank on that show seniority wise, and then boom, here she is. Hey, listen, man, it would be this. You can't tell me that it's coincidental though. If there was a rumor that she messed with Acho, and then also this executive made that happen as well. That's what Marcellus Wiley is basically implying, though, man. Jason Whitlock is one thing. I think that they said that Jason Whitlock they almost made it seem like he left on his own, right?
Yeah,
Which
yeah,
he's a whole nother hand case to even talk about.
yeah.
But
I
I'm
don't
just sitting
care
here
about
thinking
what
like,
you got going on.
I don't know though if I'm that dude. You got if you like this, if he's married, that's one thing. If he's single, bro, I don't
It's
know how if oh man.
That's the thing, though. Even if he's single, bro, you got that type of money. You got to pull somebody else. You can't.
Yeah, I'm with
What
you.
I'm saying is, I'm not saying that would be easy. I'm not saying that. I am not saying that would be easy. I'm just saying you have to think like you got that money. Normally, when you got that type of money, you thinking about how to keep that money.
Keep that bag, yeah.
Right
Protect the bag. So
now,
I man.
now the Skip Bayless. They asked a bunch of women if they would sleep with Skip for that 1.5, and it was on the Breakfast Club, and it was 99% of people said they would smash, and it wasn't
They would
even
let Skip. They would
it
let
wasn't
Skip Bayless smash
for
for
one
one
point.
5.
Yeah, I'm talking about 90. There was a stud that called in, and she said she would even let him smash.
Listen, listen. Okay. So okay, okay. So listen. So you mean to tell me that in 2025, that these women, these the same women who got a problem with guys who had a problem last year with guys being sassy, right? Who wanted a guy to pay all the bills, right? Because that was a man. That's what them granddaddies used to do. These same women are now saying, "Yeah, go ahead, let them knock it down for 1.5."
Well, I mean, a lot of them was letting people knock it down for the 40, so the 1.5. You already know.
I have my question for this. If Skip was saying, if we talk about knocking it out one time for 1.5,
See,
are we
that's
talking about
a lot of women
if
said there would have to be
you
some
be my
stipulation.
side chick?
Nah, I don't know if it's and other issues with other details about the skip thing was also like that. I guess when Shannon worked there, he would get a lot of attention from these people, and it made Skip jealous that like he was getting attention. You know what I'm saying? So, but again, I Have no idea whether Skip did it or not. You know what I'm saying? So
It's a bad look, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I don't know. I guess so. So Joy Taylor's going about it the right way because she usually does her. I follow her. I'm not going to even. I'm not going to even make it seem like I'm not. I'm not on a stand level of her, but I like. She's like as far as the TV analyst, the sports analyst. She one of them ones to me. She's
well,
like in my top
Molly is
three.
mine. Molly is mine.
Molly's. I follow Molly as well. She like number one to me. It's
Yeah,
like to
yeah,
me. It's
yeah.
like
Molly
she's
is my
number
number one.
one. I can see that. She number one. Malika Andrews is like probably my number two, and then probably my girl what's the black girl name that be with all three of them. They got like a podcast or whatever together though, man.
She won with the short haircut.
Nah. Oh my gosh. You gonna make me have to go to the Googles on this one, bro.
But no, Molly though. Yeah, that's my number one, bro.
I can see that though, man. I mean, like, listen. I mean, like Molly isn't. Molly ain't. I don't think Molly's a bad option. Like, if you told me that was Molly, that would be. Taylor Rooks is who I'm talking about.
Oh yeah. I don't even know why I didn't say that name.
Yeah. Taylor Rooks. Them my three. So my thing is that though, bro. Like that's why now I listen, bro. I just think that if she's getting sued and named for that, you and I are always looking for the counter sue. Like, what you gonna do? Let me ask you this though. Let me switch it because we're talking about suing,
Yeah.
counter suing. Did you hear your boy act and his accusations about LeBron James and Drake? So Drake dropped a freestyle where Drake is basically on here kind of like calling out LeBron James because hey,
Well,
we was bros.
people associate it because the name of the song is like gotten to do with the Fighting Irish, which was LeBron's high school.
High school,
Uh, yeah.
yeah. So which I, by the way, I think that's brilliant, right? That's brilliant to me. Like at the sub tweet level of that's brilliant to me, right? But I think but he gets on here and he's basically talking about on the song, like, we was bros, now you out here dancing to Kendrick, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, right? Um, but I think that the part that just tripped me out the most was when Act jumps out the window for Drake, who, from my understanding, he's never even met Drake before, right? He just stands like on another level to that, though, right? But gets out here and basically says, "Yo, how you out here dancing to Kendrick when Kendrick's calling him all kind of pedophiles when you know firsthand that Drake isn't because you and Drake used to go on two mans whenever y'all would be in Toronto. Drake would pull up with the white girls and no, but he had you on two mans with the white girls because really you don't really mess with black girls. White girls is more your thing. You out here cheating on your wife, and you know what I'm saying. And while you out here cheating on your wife, now you out here. You should know that I'm not that because you are on these two-man missions with him firsthand, though, bro. And Ace Kennedy, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Act is one of the people where I would say if it's just a five people that I absolutely hate, he's on that short list of the people where I think that I'd be willing to slap him and risk whatever just by slapping him one good time if I saw him, bro.
Bro, listen, I hope I've never wished this on anybody, but this is the one where I hope that LeBron legally fires back at Act, bro. Just to show him.
I hope so.
Yeah, just to show him what type of you can most celebrities will say, because I mean, you think about Russ, right? When Russ is at games, oh, you can say whatever you want about me. You can say you can call me Russell Westbrook. You can talk about the way that I shoot, the way that I play. But when you say something about my family, that's when it's all the gloves is off. So the fact that you are now introducing LeBron's family to this, oh no, I hope he comes with the full arsenal on act, bro. Just because you don't get to just say what you want to say about people.
Listen, this is the same act that was out here crying, literally in tears behind Saucy Santana, right? And so my thing is that I'm just like, nah, bro. Like, I think that it's one thing. Like, this is my thing. I think that he has to know that Drake is basically using him to put, because he had to get the information directly from Drake. That doesn't seem like some secondhand information.
So from what I understood, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. From what I understood, there was a guy that came out that said, no, I was the one that sent you those messages. And you come out here claiming like he sent receipts of showing that Ack and him was the one communicating. And so the dude's name was Chris. And he was like, nah, I was the one sending you the messages claiming to be Drake. He said, so you out here doing all this stuff and you claim, your podcast was built on your authenticity and you getting from sources or whatever, but I'm just letting you know that you out here lying. So it was like proving that he was not
Dude,
getting
set him up.
Yeah. And so even still after that, Ack is still going hard. So yeah.
No. LeBron James should go ahead and sue him just because.
Absolutely.
I don't like to see people get like that. Seems like the very pilgrim thing to do is to just go ahead and sue him.
It is,
but listen, go Tasha K, go Cardi B on it. Go Cardi B on it.
Sometimes you got to make an example for somebody so that they know, don't play with me like that, right? And like I said, with everything LeBron has, I'm not telling him how to spend his money, but what I'm saying is protecting your family. Nah, bro, the full arsenal on Act, bro, to where that boy got to come out and apologize just as hard as he was out here capping. So
yeah, play with your mama.
Yep.
Play with your mammy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Insane though, man.
Good first show back for the new year.
We back. We back.
We back. We had to take a little bit of a break. You know what I'm saying? It was the holiday season, so we enjoyed the holidays. There was things going on, but we are back. It is a new year, and we are the Slash Brothers. That's Charlie. I'm Ace, all the way from ATL to OKC. We are the Slash Brothers. Y'all get the music this time.
Tragic. The Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast of all time. The Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast.
Can you dig it, sucker?